Diane, I'm listening to a podcast, Black Lodge Trivia Night. I've never heard so many game aspirations in my life.
Art just told us his social security number and his birthday, so now we just need to get we need to tier list Art's social security number is what we need to do.
Well, we're also going to tier list my routing number and my checking account number.
Perfect. How many uncles from Nigeria do you have?
Oh, so many.
He
supports them all.
With Walmart gift cards for everybody.
I get so many Christmas cards every year.
Oh
man.
Who knew Western Union was still a thing? But Art knows.
He gets a telegram every year.
Worth it.
Yep.
Wow. So, yeah, anyway. I guess, I'll be running things tonight. Little preview, so I guess I'll kick us off here. Welcome to Black Lodge Trivia Night. I'm Art, and I'm here with Matt and Patrick. And how are you guys doing this evening?
Hey,
I'm present. Okay.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I haven't RPG'd in a while. Art's been RPGing, and Patrick, I don't think you've been RPGing much, have you?
I haven't done anything in like 2 months.
It's been a summer. I feel like this summer for everyone, just the whole world.
This summer has sucked balls.
Except for the people in Paris, other than they're under military lockdown to make sure the Olympics go off. I think they're having a blast now.
The memes from the Olympics have been the only shining light in this summer, and I'm absolutely here. We could tier list Olympic memes, and I would be fine for 3 hours.
Well, I know one of the memes coming out of is the Turkish shooter that scored a silver.
Yeah.
You mean Turkish hitman?
Right. Well, that's the thing. If you read the, hey, what got him interested in shooting? The little blurb I was reading was after having a vicious fight with his ex-wife. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But
he
yeah,
took up
shooting
after signing his divorce papers, I think is what I read.
Yeah.
I saw a pretty dark joke about that. I'll not share it, but why he's so good at shooting. I was like,
I couldn't believe that was anyway.
It's been golden, unlike the US Olympic team. Although Simone Biles and Suni Lee is also the Queen of Auburn, Suni Lee. Just praise be to Suni Lee. So,
is she from Auburn?
Not familiar with her.
Or she went to Washburn?
She went to Auburn, yeah.
I mean, Washburn, good God.
I don't know where that is, but probably.
That's where I went to school. Small.
That's why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, for everybody who's still watching, we are a tabletop RPG actual play podcast. You could say we're the Hanson, I guess. There's 3 of us of the tabletop RPG world, and we're going to bop. No, not really. I think tonight we're going to do a little.
I'll keep going with this.
Just drive that right into the mountainside. We're going to do a little Mythras imperative with the Circus Cold War Espionage RPG.
We're going to attempt to.
We're going to give it a shot. We're like he was saying, we're coming in pretty hot, and we're going to see how it goes. But and also because it's been a while. It's been a while for all of us since we even gave this a shot. So before we do that, we do have a little bit of business. It's trivia. You guys ready?
Ready.
Born ready.
Okay, here we go. Actor Miguel Ferrer sadly passed away way too young. He played everybody's beloved Agent Albert Rosenfeld. This one might be a little easy after last week's, which was not out yet, but it's a little hard. He's related to a very famous Hollywood celebrity. Do you know who that celebrity is, and what is the relationship between them?
Gilbert Godfrey?
You let me know when it's final answer, and I'll just sit here like this.
It's Kevin Bacon, 3rd degree.
So Patrick says Kevin Bacon. I'll say Gilbert Godfrey.
Final answers.
Answer is George Clooney.
No shit.
And what do you want to guess their relationship is?
Second cousin. No. Father-in-law.
No. Clearly. I don't know. The half brothers.
Perfect. Patrick was closer. They're first cousins. Miguel Ferrer's mom is actually a very famous singer named Rosemary Clooney. who is the sister of George Clooney's dad. So they are first cousins.
How about that?
There we go.
And where does Gilbert Gottfried go in the family tree?
Well, I just thought they kind of looked a little alike.
They do kind of look a little alike.
Miguel Ferrer and Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, I could see that a little bit, maybe. Yeah, maybe I could see that. But they're
just like a little bit. I mean, because I had no idea who it was. I didn't know the connection, but it's like, well.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. That's one of those things that always pops up in like your Twin Peaks trivia book. So I wasn't sure if like maybe somebody had come across that before. But
no.
Yeah.
How many Twin Peaks trivia books do you own?
Honestly, I own 0. I actually have to do research.
2 supplemental twin. I mean, they're not Twin Peaks trivia books, but I do have 2.
Do you have like the Lost Journals kind of stuff, or?
Yeah, I have the book that Mike Frost came out with, the one like more recent one, and then I have Dale Cooper's book. No, I have Diary of Laura Palmer. I don't have the Dale Cooper book. I don't have the Dale Cooper book. I think that one's harder to find, but I've never really looked hard to get it.
Okay, got it. Have you ever read the Lost Diaries or the?
No, just a little. And then I have like a soundtrack somewhere where I was like, oh, I want to get these things while I can, and then never did anything with them.
Very nice.
In true fashion.
All right.
So, you, Matt? Are you in the sex dungeon this week? Because I mean, usually that's Art's thing, but.
Oh, the green screen thing going on? No, that's just like the basement's a mess. I don't want to share my shame.
We did have. Did we ever name the fire alarm? Because it's still going off.
No,
I did just hear it beep.
Well, we can't sit here for 3 minutes.
No, but I wasn't talking. And usually when I'm not talking, you can't hear it. But maybe I'm completely off on that. All right.
I mean,
yeah, but we should give it a name. We should. Well, honestly, what we should do is we should tier rank it.
I was gonna say, should we tier list it in terms of running gags? What's better, the smoke alarm beep, or I think I just heard it, the smoke alarm beep, or Twin Peaks trivia? No, maybe it's something else is chirping.
I was about to say something else because after you guys both heard it, it chirped like 3 seconds later.
Oh, so it's the other smoke detector in the house.
I don't know if it's me then.
I don't have any smoke detectors in the house, so
good for you.
Well, first off, we need to stop and address that right now. Just stop the recording. Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, whatever. I don't care where you go.
All right, guys, we're going on a live stream.
Yeah, exactly. Patrick goes and buys smoke detectors. Patrick, go buy some freaking smoke detectors, man. What are you doing?
I mean, we have one. I think the batteries are just dead in it.
Patrick,
I live in a tiny ranch. Like,
that's not okay.
No bad things ever happen in tiny ranches. My neighbor's a firefighter, so like I'm feeling okay.
In that case, you're fine.
Yeah. He's also a retired Navy guy, and he doesn't know how to swim, so I don't know how much I trust his firefighting.
Patrick, get some smoke detectors.
You know what's really funny is I'm also the health and safety person at work. In addition to
God help your employees.
Yeah, in addition to many other hats. So
nice.
It's okay. Right. I came home the other night and my wife had left the gas burner on all night, so it's fine.
Yeah, good thing you don't have a smoke detector.
And I think it would have kept you up all night.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this way you could sleep sleep of the unconscious?
Yeah, sleep the sleep of the dead. Wait a minute.
You go full Plath on that night's sleep there.
Jeez,
man.
I love how this is upsetting Matt more than it's upsetting anybody else. Matt, I can see Matt's on Amazon right now sending me.
Yes, he knows your address. It'll be there 6 a.m.
I'm paying
tomorrow.
for within the hour shipping. Bing bong.
All right, guys, we're gonna go answer the garage door on live stream. What are we doing here? Are we playing Easter Egg?
Yeah. Sorry for the detour, but folks, check your smoke detector batteries.
Fire Marshal Bill says, "Go get your smoke detector."
Also, Patrick, it's probably time to swap out your fire extinguisher. Those things have expiration dates on them.
Oh, that's true. They do. They're on the bottom.
You don't have a fire extinguisher in your house?
No, I do actually. I have 2.
Good for you.
Yeah, to make up for not having a smoke detector.
Oh, good. Yeah, what could go wrong? All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So, yeah, again, we are jumping into session 2 of the Circus. Rule set's going to be...
Hello, and welcome to Black Lodge Trivia Night.
Let's do some trivia. Who is George Clooney's aunt? She's an S-tier singer. So, yeah, we're going to be doing the Circus. It's our second session of our Cold War spy game. It uses the Mythras imperative rule set, which is freely available. It's sort of like their open source version of the Mythras D100 rules. Since it's been a while, Matt and Patrick, would you be willing to give us just a quick reintroduction to your characters?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Patrick, you want to go first? Or you want me to?
So I'm Tamily. No, I'm Jago Boswell. I am a pavement artist from Cornwall. Social class was poor. Basically, I'm the kind of boots on the ground. You know, I've got lots of contacts. Street level contacts kind of take the whole system as a bureaucratic mess. So I'm going to hang out I'm going to slum it with other people down on the ground floor, and that's where I'm going to do my spy work best, my wet work best, and also have a really like lighters. That's the other thing.
Nice.
So,
penchant for lighters? Is that what?
Thank you. Yes, the penitent man will pass.
Exactly.
With lighters.
Very nice.
Penitent.
All right, I'm playing the femme fatale, Veronica Sterling. She's from Oxford. She had a apparently like unassuming upbringing. I don't know. Am I using unassuming right? But
I think so.
Literally using it
like
so right.
From the outside, it appeared to be modest. So I think I'm using that right. But she trained and worked very hard to kind of break the stereotypes of the time to become a badass spy. But she's deadly. She is very deadly. So she's got like the Oxford, I'm studying at Oxford book smart look, but she can turn on the beauty and charm at a moment's notice, and then she can turn on her lethality at a moment's notice as well. So
she just like takes her hair down, and that's when she becomes super.
Yeah, kind of thing. Like she's always wearing it in a bob. I know my picture doesn't have glasses, but you know she's rocking glasses, and so she tries to, like you may notice her beauty, but she tries to just kind of blend into the background. But if she needs to be that bombshell, she can be.
Very nice. Now, the listeners at home, please, definitely go check out, session 0 if you want to see how character creation worked. Session 1 if you want to see what happened before. Do you guys remember what happened last time, or?
I do.
Oh, you do? Very nice. Okay, Patrick, do you though?
I could use a refresher. It's been 2 months.
Quick refresher. You get a call at 3 a.m. Come into a meeting. Turns out that the GCHQ, the Government Communications Office, lost an agent in Finland. It turns out the agent was struck by a car and killed walking along the side of the road outside of a rural airport. The guess is that the airport had closed. He was walking somewhere. Visibility was poor. He got struck by a car and killed. GCHQ said we were running like a field training operation, and your bosses, C and George Murray, are like, no. You guys are house cats. You don't run field training. So we're going to go collect the body. You guys are benched, but we want to know, why were you in Finland? They kept their story going of, well, because we were doing field training. C and George Murray don't buy it. They're worried that GCHQ is poking their nose in financing streams that the Circus uses to fund operations. So C and George Murray say, we need to know exactly why they're in Finland. You've got 36 hours to compromise one Albie Graham and find out why they were in Finland. So what you guys did is you got the call at 3 a.m. It's about 4:15 when the meeting breaks up. Basically, you have until noon the following day to figure out why they're in Finland before you get on a plane yourselves to go collect the deceased body. That person was Elliot Taylor. And so you went to you tried to beat Albie back to his flat. You got there. Jago called in a favor to report a gas leak and get Albie's wife and child out of the apartment. You were planning on sort of luring him to stop by having a broken down car, and Veronica's good looks combined with those two things would create a reason for them to pull over. But he never showed up. And that's where we sort of left it off. So you guys were outside of the apartment. You sort of set up this ruse to grab him without getting the attention of his family, but he never came. And we'll say it's about 5:30 in the morning. And so that's where we are. And if you have any questions, or if not, what would you guys like to do?
Is there I know we sped through the town, and like that was Jago, right? Jago's our driver.
Yes.
Is there a direct route, like a most direct route he would have taken between here and there? Like, what I'm curious of is, did he have legitimate car trouble or an accident?
Right. That's a good question. You could say, like, you could guess, like, yeah, the obvious way to get from, downtown London to this sort of more outskirts suburb is take this to that. And remember, he would have been in a taxi because GCHQ did not call cars for that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So the taxi never showed up.
And the driver would definitely either he probably wouldn't try and milk a fare by going the long route when the guy seems like he could be from the area.
We're near a payphone though, right?
Yes, yeah. Jago was using the payphone to call his friend. It doesn't have any light anymore, but we'll say the sunrise is starting, so you could see pretty clearly.
Jago, my dear, why don't you go take a look around inside while I make a phone call?
Right. And I'll amble over. Is the police officer, did he wander off with the wife and kids? Like, did he get them pulled into his cop car and drive off?
Yeah, he took him into their car, and the ploy was he'll take him to the station for a little while.
That's right. Okay. Did, by chance, and there's no Cthulhu luck roll, did she, as they were leaving in a huff, did she leave the door unlocked, or am I going to have to, like, bust this door down?
Why don't you go check, and we'll find out.
I'll jiggle the handle.
Yeah, it's locked. She did lock it on her way out.
Cool. I don't actually have lockpicking. I'll try and open it. Go ahead.
You do have is lockpicking its own? I know you have sleight, but maybe it's something different. Does Veronica? Veronica does.
Veronica does have lockpicking.
Yeah,
but
she's on the phone right now. I don't want to bug her.
Well, she was going to be on the phone right now. Unless you. So what I was thinking, Patrick, is I was going to call the cab company.
Okay.
And play dumb and just like, I was just picked up and left my clutch. And I want to be able to reach the driver who picked me up.
Smart. Okay.
And just try to figure out, maybe get a driver name or try how to track them down. I don't know what, but also we could do that, or I can go try to pick the lock. Or you can make a call too, or we can do something completely different.
We could flip this on its head, because I might have like contacts at being street level.
Yeah.
I might have contacts at the cab company, and you can use your hot bobby pin skills to get us in.
Veronica starts to dial the cab company. Damn, I've never called a cab before. And she hangs up the handset, and she walks over to the front door, and she sees Jago's. And she hands him a 10 pence. I don't know what to use for a fucking payphone. Sounds good to me. Here, let's trade.
As you're saying, damn, I've never called a cab before, Jago's standing at the door and he says, damn, I've never lockpicked a door before. And we cross and all right.
Yeah, the screen splits down like diagonal.
Yeah.
Damn, we said damn at the same time.
So yeah, Jago was going for a brick, and he decides the better of it. So yeah, I'll go call. I'll call the Serb. He's over at the cab company. It'll be fine.
Yes. I'll try to pick the lock.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. First and foremost, let's start with Veronica's lockpick. Why don't you give me a lockpicking roll? So what you want to do is, if you have it on the bottom, you should have a skill roll macro.
Yep.
It's standard difficulty. The skill is lockpick. We're not going to augment it.
Okay.
And just give it a roll and see what happens.
Hot.
Okay, so you rolled an 84. So there's a couple things you can do. If you look in your character sheet, you should have 3 luck points. You can use a luck point to flip that to a 48.
How often do those reset?
You get 3 every session.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll flip it to a 48.
Okay, so if you want to, take that down one. Patrick,
Good.
you spent one last time, so if you want to reset yours to 3 on your character.
Just did.
Cool. Something else we forgot to do, but we can figure it out at some point, is we should have done 3 skill augmentation rolls. Do you want to do those really quickly or save it for another time? So,
well, I don't. Did we even roll last time for real?
I really don't think we did.
We did like playful rolling with the lighter and shit.
Yeah, let's. Okay, since this is the first, I guess, session, we'll do some leveling up next time.
Session 1.5.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, Veronica gets the door open. Jago's at the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I was trying to decide, for the people who are unfamiliar, we sort of homebrewed a lot of things. And one of the things that was added were these 11th commandment, like, bonus dice. And in my head, the idea was that I would let you choose when to use them. But some part of me was thinking, like, if you need to, like, call in a favor, that's a resource, right? Like, I didn't know if I should force you to take the bonus because you're using that element of your background.
Sure. I mean, we have the stats there to use, so...
Yeah, I think if you're specific, like, if I'm calling reception at the cab company or dispatch at the cab company, that's like me flirting with them or charming them. If Patrick is calling
his
friend
friend
Serb,
right?
Yeah, that's a little different, right?
Right. Or like last session, his friend in the police force.
Right.
God, Jago's connected.
Jago's got some... He's the spider in a web.
He slept with every single one of them.
Every single person has been dicked down.
Interestingly enough, though, he's a 1d4 in relationships.
Well, that's because he's dicked down everyone. Stay committed.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Patrick, tell me about how Jago's going to approach calling the cab company.
So I think I will call, I'll call the receptionist and I'll be like, "Hello, love. It's, and I'm not using my Cromwell voice. It's Jago. I'm trying to reach Mr. and I don't have a Serbian name generator pulled up, so we'll just go with
Mr. Serbia.
Mr. Yadonovich. Is Mr. Yadonovich in at the moment, love?
And he's like one of her drivers. He's like sort of trying to figure out what you're after.
No, Mr. Yadonovich. He runs the maintenance shop down that way, love. Might have to push a 6 on the phone before you transfer me.
So, sorry, above the table, what exactly?
So, I'm trying to see if any, I guess, because the cab never showed up. Like, I'm going to assume, I want to see if all the cabs came in from this
any
ship.
Reports of an accident.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, let's, who are we looking at? Jago. Give me, I don't even know what this skill would be. Give me an influence roll. Make it, so again, you go to the macro, it should be skill roll V10. Make the difficulty, no, make it a standard. I was going to say make it an easy, but I don't know why he'd be so willing to part with the information. And
not
then,
augmenting.
Not
doing
augmenting, right. The skill obviously is...
Although he is just like calling to talk to someone.
True, but
it doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't matter. He got it. He's like, yeah. Let me, I'll put you through. Thanks. And, maybe when it's like, yeah, can I speak to Mr. and like, you break the name up a little bit. Yeah, so he put you through, and all of a sudden you get like a gruff, oi, maintenance, what's up?
Oh, is that a way to talk to the old friends there, Mr. Yadonovich?
So, I think is this somebody you actually know?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe isn't on an acquaintance level.
Okay, so maybe not super tight, but
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
He's seen me around. I've seen him around.
Okay.
We don't. Cool. Our circles don't cross often.
Got it. And then he's like, who is this? Because again, like, you're not super close, so he doesn't voice recognize you.
Right. It's Boswell. It's Yago. We met at the club the other night, maybe a couple weeks ago. I helped you out with that girl that was eyeing you sideways. I knew her handler, let's call it. You know, ringing any bells? You were kind of 3 sheets to the wind there, bud.
And you can't tell if he actually remembers or if he's just pretending because he doesn't want to admit to how much he doesn't remember. So he's like, oh, yeah, Boswell. Yeah, of course. You know, that was good fun. That was a good evening. Yeah.
Right. You're full of shit. All right, sir. Listen, I need to call in and ask a question. I seem to have lost my clutch purse. My Mrs. Clutch Purse.
Nice. I love it.
In one of your cabs last night. And I wanted to know if that son of a bitch had actually come back in or if he'd taken me Mrs. Money and driven up the coast.
And he sort of looks at, pauses for a moment, and it's like, this is a tough, it's like, what information can you give me about the taxi so I can try and pinpoint who it might have been?
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
Right. Above the table, like, I don't know if they have medallions the way New York City cab drivers do. You don't obviously have that kind of info.
But maybe you could say, like, the last pickup of the night would have been from GCHQ.
And that's the information I pass along. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. He's picking up from GCHQ. My missus works as a night secretary there. She's very forgetful in the morning, so I hadn't had a cuppa in the morning.
And, yeah. And again, you just want to know the cab or what? I
want to know if it reported back in.
Oh, got it. Yeah, let's just assume, he sort of checks the logs and he's like, oh yeah, we did have a, above the I don't even know if this is how they're registered. Like, again, this is the 60s, so they wouldn't be necessarily like GPS or logging in. But let's just assume he checks the logs and he's like, oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah. I mean, he's still out, probably, taking whatever fares he can, but he hasn't sort of brought the cab back to end his shift.
What'd you say that gentleman's name was again?
And he's just like, oh, it's Greg. It's Greg.
Oh, old Greg. Now, does old Greg, has he got any, like, what corner does old Greg? I'm old Greg. I drank Bailey's out of shoe. Does old Greg, does he like have a cafe or something that he sits at when he's waiting for fares or anything? Like,
what year is it? It's 1960 something?
1962.
Yeah. So cabs did have radios then.
So you think they would be checking it? They might be checking. Okay. I didn't know if that was something that started in the 70s, but okay. So
I think so.
Let's just say, yeah, like maybe we can. It's like, you want me to give him a ring?
Just see where he's at right now. I'd love to have a chat with him and see if I can check the backseat of the car for bloodstains.
Okay. So let's assume, like, he's like, yeah. And so he goes quiet for a minute. And comes back and he's like, Boswell, I don't know what kind of stunt you're trying to pull, but Greg's telling me that, yeah, he did have a fare, but it was a gentleman, not your wife. And so there's definitely no clutch purse in the back seat because it was not your wife.
That son of a bitch. He's been stealing my missus. All right, now I really need to know where this son of a bitch is, because I'm going to go put his teeth in through the back of his fucking skull.
You want to know where he dropped off the gentleman? Is that okay.
Or, well, I think I was aiming more for where old Greg was hanging out right now.
Hanging out. Okay.
Yeah.
He's sort of downtown, trying to see if there's any late night stragglers that need a ride home or any early bird bankers or something looking to get a jump on the day. But yeah, he's downtown.
That's very specific.
Right. I mean, let's say he can give you general, but he's a little apprehensive because he knows you're lying to him. So on some level.
That's fair. Right, look, you give me his address, and I'll make sure to buy you a couple more pints of that lovely limoncello stuff that you enjoyed so much last time we ran into each other. And I'll also slip you a couple of bob, and we'll just forget this whole thing happened, right? You can.
Yeah, he's like, okay. And let's say he gives you an address.
Sure.
I don't know London very well, but let's bring everybody over to here just because I don't know if you guys can see.
He's in fucking Piccadilly.
So let's say, he sort of gives you something over in the general Soho area.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's actually like taking his breakfast break and he's at getting a sandwich or something.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Serb, it's been a pleasure. If you need anything, I know where to find you. And I know where you keep that nice little fat wad of cash that you don't tell about. You don't turn in at the end of the day. And I'll click before he has any other answers there.
Right, he starts, but yeah, you just shut it down. Yeah, all right. Cool, okay, so you've got a bit of information. The driver that picked up Albie is somewhere in the Soho area. And, and Veronica's got the door open.
Yeah, the reason I was click-clacking and typing so much, I was doing I couldn't remember what a CB radio was called, so I was Googling, like, what is car walkie-talkie called? Because I couldn't remember. And I think they, at least CB radios, and I think maybe even two-way radios before were in use.
Very nice.
Actually, those were not seen in use until the hit film Joyride in 2001.
My God.
So, anyways, sorry. Yeah, so I think Veronica... Are we cutting over to Veronica?
Yeah, let's go back to Veronica.
Yeah. Knowing that we need to work quickly, I go first off, I check the mail on the end table for anything suspicious. And then I go, do they have like a den or not a den, but like does he have a family office? Or not a family, does he have an office? You're muted, Art.
Even though, let's say it's a little bit out in the burbs, he, because he comes from a little bit of money, it's a nice place.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, let's say he has a little bit of an office going on.
All right. So I don't even check. I kick the door to the office in.
Nice.
Shit.
And, okay, so cool. So you get into the office and you see like everything's a little bit of a mess. It's definitely the household of someone with like a very young child. Like, it's not like perfectly kept. So yeah, so you sort of find like these sort of sliding French doors. I think that's what they're, and inside is like a modest, oak desk with a leather office chair and a few bookshelves behind him to seem classy.
She plops down in the leather chair and starts rummaging through the.
Okay.
And then, like, she finds a stack of papers, right? And then she puts her feet, like, up on the desk. And so she's leaned back, feet are up on the desk. And she's just, like... She's going through everything until she finds anything of interest, maybe.
Okay.
Jago's just posted... He's lighting a cigarette, like, leaning against the French doors. He's like, you got this.
Oh. Jago, love, what did you find out?
Serb, he came. I've got an address. It's on Shaftesbury and Piccadilly Circus. That's where this cunt is hanging out, and that's where the cab's at. So, I think when you're done here, we can go shake some babies and kiss some heads.
Check that bookshelf over there, and she keeps rummaging through the desk.
I would if I could read, love. He goes over and he's like pulling books off, and he's like, right, Communist Manifesto, and what am I looking for?
Just keep Communist Manifesto, nice.
Don't need that.
Love. Anything love that we can use.
Well, he picks up the Communist Manifesto. Well, we can make sure that he's put behind bars. I mean, Red Scare and all that, right? And I'll just keep rummaging for books.
Okay.
You're just looking for like any loose paperwork, maybe. So, is there anything good in the desk? Anything juicy?
You're not seeing anything obvious. No.
Is there a painting?
Yes. Let's say there's a.
Okay, I peek behind the painting.
It's just mounted to the wall.
Son of a bitch! All right.
Yeah, and
I spin the globe. Is it like one of those globes with the secret compartment?
You play 3 notes on a piano, and the bookcase moves. No, there's no secret compartments. There's no. You're not funny.
Veronica, you ever heard what a Kama Sutra is?
Jago, no, put that down.
He's like got it extended up. He's like, oh, right.
Well,
all right.
I'll go up to their bedroom.
Okay. You want to hunt around the bedroom?
Sure.
Yeah. Why don't you?
Maybe we're wasting our time here, Jago. Maybe we should head over to Soho.
Right. So I'll. Does he have a pack of cigarettes on his bedside table?
Yeah, let's say, or maybe inside his nightstand. Yeah, there's like an unopened pack.
Definitely swipe those. Open it up, tear the wrapping off, light another one up, hand it to Veronica, and then I go, just as our cover story, I go down to the kitchen. I'm like, right, I'll meet you outside. I'll turn the gas on. And then we'll, like, not light or anything, but it's definitely on. Cheerfully trot out, shut the door, and do the little...
Jago, go turn it off. That's enough. Like, just for the smell.
Right. I'll turn around and turn the gas back off.
And
you hear a soft beep from the basement.
Hey, that's my thing.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so cool. So you managed to rummage around the office a little bit, but you didn't really uncover anything. And you do have the name, so you're going to hop in the car and head over to Soho?
I think so.
Okay.
Unless you got anything else you want to do there, Veronica.
No, I think that was going to be a waste of time, but hopefully she like slides across she slides into the car, and she's like, even if our agents are compromised, hopefully they're smart enough to not leave the evidence on their ink blotter.
He nods and he throws the Kama Sutra in the back seat. And right, am I pedaling to the metal? We got anything else? We need to anywhere you want to stop?
Punch it, Jago.
We haul ass.
All right. One quick thing, really quickly. We sort of hinted at this at the end of last session. What you were carrying on you. Jago, you wanted some brass knuckles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me give you that. And what was Veronica carrying? What did we decide that she was carrying on her person?
I don't remember what we said, honestly.
There had been some talk about like weapons.
Yeah.
There was a joke about how you had literally like all of the weapons. But did you... I think we were trying to negotiate. You wouldn't have brought a gun necessarily to the meeting with C, but did you stop on the way to pick up a gun? Do you have other things on you in your purse? Like at one point, like part of the joke was like a garrote knife, but those are things that could be serious if you wanted them.
Yeah, no, I think I have a garrote, a knife, and a like a little snub-nosed revolver.
Okay. Patrick, besides some brass knuckles, do you carry anything else on you?
I'm trying to think.
Do you carry a knife? Do you carry anything?
I might keep a similar, like, small revolver, like tucked in my boot or something.
Okay.
Definitely not street or up. Neither one of these are approved or registered with GHQ, probably.
Got it. Okay. And Veronica, you said a garrote knife and some kind of weapon. So we got a garrote, we got a knife.
Fuck it. I have a fucking PP7.
Nice. All right. Where is that? Where that?
Oh, there it is.
Do you see it?
7.6 sniper rifle.
Oh yeah, the L40.
That's what James Bond was famous for, right?
Okay, so let's give you like basic pistols. Probably you're not going to have a Makarov, but you could definitely have a Walther. So let's do those.
Yeah, that's the PP7, right?
Oh, the PP. Oh, yes, yeah, PPK.
I think the PP7 was like the fictionalized PPK. I don't know. James Bond fans comment down below.
Okay.
I don't know if a PP7 actually exists.
Okay. Do you think they sort of tweak the name a little bit just to...
Maybe.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you've got your PPKs, you've got brass knuckles, you've got some knives and garrots, so basic equipment. I guess technically speaking, Veronica, you would have had, let's see, professional gear. You probably had like a lockpick kit.
Yeah.
Is there any other kind of basic stuff you think you might have that seems reasonable?
I'm looking at your list here.
Yeah,
I mean, like, there's probably like a first aid kit in the car, right? Because like this is an MI6 car.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll assume that.
So like, I bet a lot of this stuff is like packed in there. Other than that, I don't think I'd have anything besides a lockpick and yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's
So, Patrick, you don't have to have a PPK. If you wanted a revolver or something like that,
PPK's fine. Just something small to keep in. Keep somewhere stashed.
I was trying to think because I didn't do like the full, like.
No, we don't. This is not exactly. We're not gonna. This isn't GURPS. We're not gonna have somebody going. Actually,
right.
Well, actually, Patrick.
While you were doing that, I just want to. I have to have a comment in here. The street names in London are stupid. Cavendish, Mortimer, Goodage are all on the same stretch right here, and like Wigmore, Seymour, like this is ridiculous.
It has to be before blocks existed.
Yeah, I mean, put numbers and letters for God's sake. Yeah. Shaftesbury, that's where we're going, right?
London catching strays. So yeah, let's just say somewhere in that general Shaftesbury. And apologies, I've been to London, but I don't know London, so I don't know anything about anything.
Well, like Soho's kind of poshy bougie, right?
I think at the time it might have been a little more run downish, and maybe now it's more poshy hip.
Soho London in the 60s was a time of cultural and chromatic richness with an edgy allure that has led to much romanticization. The area was associated with swinging London, the hippie flower power fashion movement, and was home to mods, skinheads, punks, and new romantics. So it's like the fashion district, right?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very much like Soho or the Village in New York. Yeah, in the 60s. Yeah, it sounds like it was probably a little bit run down, but it was eclectic and brought all walks of life.
Yeah. Cool.
Probably because it was a little cheaper at the time or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so there we are. So, say you sort of catch up to the cab, and he's... what's that?
There was just a movie called Last Night in Soho, too, which was 1960s London.
Oh.
I haven't seen it. Can't tell you what it looked like.
Nice. So let's say you catch up to the taxi driver, and he's at like a... sort of like an all-night coffee shop or something, taking a little bit of a break.
Veronica walks into the coffee shop. Jago. 10 seconds.
All you, love. All you.
Then, meaning, like, I want you to come into, like, the bar and get a donut or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to slide into the booth with the cab driver.
Okay. Very nice. And he sort of was like mid-sip of the coffee, and he's just, like, taken aback, obviously. Again, if we haven't established, you're striking. So when you slip into the opposite side of the booth, he just sort of pauses and kind of can't figure out what's going on, and he sort of takes his sip and slowly puts his cup down. He's just eyeing you, sort of waiting for you to make the first move because he's not sure what's going on.
Hello, love. And while he puts the cup down, she embraces the coffee cup with both her hands, like brushing against his hand, and then she picks up his coffee cup. Late night.
And he's like, hey, everything's coming up Millhouse a little bit here, but at the same time, he's a little disconcerted. So he's like, can I help you? Do I know you?
She starts stirring the coffee a little bit with a spoon. And we have his name. What's his name? Sorry.
Old Greg.
When I was researching.
Old Greg.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was the old Greg. Sorry. Gregory, have you ever been to a club where people wee on you? Have you drink Bailey's from a shoe? No. Gregory, I think you can be of assistance, sir. And she's still stirring the coffee with like one finger. And then she runs a foot up the back of his calf.
All right. And he's like sort of not sure what to do. He's not enjoying it, but he's also very much like, is this okay? And he's sort of shifting in his seat a little bit. He's like, I don't understand. What do you need? What do you want?
Is that your cab out there?
And, let's, say you're like right at the window and you're sort of looking out and he's, that one. Yeah, of course.
I'm looking for someone. I think let me back up. She's like, you look so familiar to me. Like right when I sat down. And then I'm going to reveal like I know his name.
All right.
Gregory, I saw you this morning.
And again,
she gives a little smirk.
He's like, me? And this guy is not the kind of guy that would usually attract stunning women. He's got his little cap on and he probably looks 15 years older than he is.
Probably just wants to be left alone.
A lot of late nights. Yeah. I mean, but in most cases, yes, but this might be the exception. So he's sort of like, okay, how do you know, who are you and how do you know my name? He's sort of really, that throws him.
So I pull my foot back immediately. This morning, you picked up, do we have a picture of this guy?
I can grab one, but I don't have one at the ready.
No, like, do I have
do you have a picture? No.
If not, like, it's way too short notice if we do. It's no big.
Yeah, no, you didn't have a picture coming in.
Printer was out of
okay,
ink.
So then I'm gonna back up. Then I'm just like, been a busy night for you.
And he's like, not really, but what can you expect at these hours? On a Tuesday.
I'm gonna be blunt with you, Gregory. And she turns over to, like, she glances over at Jago. I don't know what Jago's doing.
Did Jago come in yet? It's been 10 seconds.
Jago's at the bar, and I'm sorry, I've been waiting for this, but Jago has, like, the grossest piece of toast with, like, baked beans and, like, 3 pieces of blood sausage on it. He's like, as you look over, like, it's in, like, he's, like, slurping. He's like, huh?
But important, his jacket's riding up, and you can see his PPK, like his holster.
Yes.
And she kind of nudges Gregory, like, let's talk about your last ride of the night. Where'd you take him?
So, Patrick, you're doing like the full English breakfast.
Yeah, I sat down and ordered a full English, and I'm enjoying it. Like, but it's all on a piece of toast. Like, I'm like scraping it all onto the toast. Like in some very horrible way of eating a full English.
Very nice. All right. And so he's just caught sight of the holster, and now he's like, this is it's gone from curious and I'm confused to getting scared. And so he's like, wait.
And then he looks down at the coffee I was stirring with a spoon just a moment ago, and now I'm stirring it with my knife with one finger.
Oh, nice. Nice escalation. And he's like, wait, what do you want? Who are you? What do you want to know? What is this?
Your last ride of the night, Gregory. No more games.
He's like,
or no, I'll say no games because like there's not been enough time for there to be existing games. No games. Just tell me, where'd you drop him?
What do you mean? Like that bloke I picked up from the government building?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I just dropped him off somewhere in Soho. He got out, said he was going to walk, and I was like, all right.
Let's go for a ride, love.
And he's like, okay. And he sort of throws down, a couple of pounds, hoping to cover the drink. And he's sort of like, yeah, of course. Easy. Just go easy.
And she touches Jago on, like, runs her hand along Jago's back as she walks out the door. Going for a ride, love.
Jago, he like stands up and he's finished the full English in the time this conversation is now. This is
like 15 seconds of
he's like wiping his face and he like sucks the coffee down and throws a couple of pounds on the table. He's like, right, I got you a Scotch egg for the road. Like hands it to you. like really greasy, disgusting. Like this is like a dive bar, right? Like,
there's like a little boy there, and he's been like a little shit the whole time.
Yeah,
and he's got like a little porridge or something like that, and she just like tosses the Scotch egg into the boy's porridge.
Suck on that.
Why don't you follow us?
All right. Okay.
And when Gregory goes to the driver's side, she goes, "Other side, love."
Am I like? Have we done this bit before? Am I getting in the cab too, or am I falling behind in the corporate car?
Well, it's in Soho, so maybe I don't know. It's up to you.
I'm just trying to think if we got any like. We said that we're using the car as our bag of holding or whatever. So.
Oh yeah, that's.
I think I'll pop in. I'll follow behind you, like piece of ham hanging from my mouth. Yeah, I'll follow behind you. Don't kill him before we get there.
He gives this like big, overly dramatic guffaw in the car, Gregory. And it just like drops like dead serious. Then.
All right. So yeah, he gets in the car. Patrick, Jago is sort of behind in the Aston Martin that you got from the garage. Okay.
That's right. We did steal the Aston, didn't we?
Yeah, there's a lot of fast and loose going on in that first session. So what? I guess this is more
where
Veronica.
to, Gregory?
Sorry, what's that?
Where to, Gregory?
He's like, so you just want to go where I dropped him off?
Well, ideally, I would love to find him. So let's start there.
He's like, okay, yeah. I mean, it's honestly not that far. It's just, right there in Soho. So
it's across the street.
Yeah, he goes around the block, pulls up in front of
now
the...
pull over here. Okay, stop, pull over. Yeah, this was it.
So let's say he takes you into Soho a little deeper into some of the side streets. And he's like, yeah, I mean, he just said he'd get out here and he'd walk.
And he told you to come here.
Yeah, he just, he said, he said Soho, and then when we started getting closer, he's like, yeah, that corner right there, that's good. And he said he would walk the rest of the way.
Which direction did he head? You say the rest of the way. So he said, drop me off at Soho, and then I'll walk the rest of the way?
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay. And which direction did he head?
And let's say, once he got out of the car, he started heading, say, south.
He's going to Trafalgar Square.
Well, Gregory. And she'll pull out. She'll pay him.
Okay.
And then a little. We'll be watching. We won't ever make contact with this guy again, probably. Oh, any chance you leave anything in your cab?
He's like, take a look. I didn't see anything, but go ahead.
You stay there, love. And she'll like flip the locks. So like, I understand like he could unlock the door, but so, and then I guess that doesn't make sense because I need the back door unlocked. But he like starts to open the door and she shuts it on him. You stay there, love. And then she gets in the back seat and rummages around.
Let me see. Why don't you just give me a, whoops, I should stop doing it there. Give me a perception roll, but make it easy when you do the skill check with that macro.
Okay. I'm glad that you remind me about the macro because every time I go to my character sheet. Although, why is the macro not working now?
Is it not working?
Well, I'm clicking the button.
Let me see what happens if I...
Oh. Yep, that was
maybe
it.
you have to have characters on. Okay.
Yep. Easy and perception?
Yeah, perception, easy.
Thumbs away.
Critical. Okay.
Nice.
Total overkill, but very nice. Yeah, you sort of find...
You find nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing at all. It's the wrong cap. It's all been a ruse. No, you find like a receipt that maybe fell out of his pocket and then he sat on it, so it's a little bit wedged into the cushion.
Nice. Where is it to?
It's for a spot not that far from the circus, actually. And you recognize it as sort of like a sort of a general sort of shop, maybe a block away or so. And it looks like it's a receipt for flowers.
Oh, shit. Did we see him leave with flowers?
Mm-mm.
No.
So he bought flowers before the meeting at some point. And I don't have a timestamp or anything, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, actually, timestamps were regular.
Right. So let's just say, it was not that far after the meeting. He bought some flowers at this shop.
Oh, he bought Gregory, did he stop for flowers?
He's like, no, he had them when he got in. He didn't stop. We didn't stop for that.
But we didn't see him with flowers.
Above the table, no, you did not see him with flowers.
Oh, crafty bugger. You sure you saw him with flowers?
Yeah, it was just like a little thing, but yeah, he had them. This sort of, made my nose a little tickled, but yeah.
Very good. And you said he headed this way, and she nods south.
He's like, yeah, he just said, walk from here.
Did he say anything else to you, Gregory? Anything else you want to tell me? The flowers could have been useful 10 minutes ago.
He's like, no, it wasn't chatty. It was very late.
Are you sure?
It's like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
You didn't notice anything else that he got in the car with? Another person? A bomb?
There's a briefcase. No.
I've got to go 40 miles an hour.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, it's England. 40 camel eyes per kilometer or whatever. With his lorry uncle.
Very well, Gregory. Jago.
I'll pull the car up to the side. Yes, love.
On your way, Gregory.
And Greg's like, yeah, of course, yeah. And he sort of pulls out and he just takes off and drives away.
Right, where we headed?
Jago, did you notice any flowers?
What?
Taylor, right? His last name's Taylor.
Me?
Albie Graham is the person you're following, yeah.
You noticed Mr. Graham have any flowers when you got in that cab this evening?
No, can't say I did.
Yeah, me neither. Look at this.
Look at us.
She tells Jago everything.
Sorry, above the table, did you see him get in the cab? I can't remember that detail.
I don't think we did we?
Oh. I don't think we did either.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss something. Okay, yeah.
But did you see flowers when he walked in the room?
No, just his toady self.
I wonder if our good friend Mr. Graham had a piece on the side.
And I was about to say, above the table, we don't remember, there weren't flowers or anything in a vase at the house, was there? I know he didn't make it to the house, but, it wasn't a regular occurrence where he was bringing flowers home to his wife and children.
You didn't notice anything like that, no.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Shall we take a stroll?
Well, I suppose. Shall we? I'll, park the car.
All right.
So we start heading south.
Okay.
Are we going to Trafalgar? It's right there.
We'll head in that direction, I guess. We'll keep an eye out on anything interesting. I understand it's fucking London and not, I don't know, Culpeper, Washington or some shit where there's there's a lot of stuff going on. But
it is extremely
5 o'clock
early
in the morning.
6,
yeah,
that's true.
So the city's sort of just waking up, so to speak.
Soho never sleeps.
That's why we love it.
So
what do you guys do? You start walking?
I think we just walk, right? We just walk and keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long would you like to do that
10,
for?
15
I don't
minutes?
think we would go past Trafalgar Square, right?
Yeah, probably not. It's getting a little close to the river at that point. Maybe, Westminster's only another block or two. Oh God, is he going to blow up the Big Ben? Do we go all the way to Westminster?
I guess.
Why not? We'll just take a walk.
Okay. So you sort of walk the streets, and there's occasionally
And maybe real quick,
yeah.
Art, maybe without wasting time, if there's a shop that's already open or something, we'll pop in, be like, morning, love, my husband. Oh, off in a tizzy this morning. Forgot his wallet. Did he happen to pop in? And she'll describe him. If there's any of those shops open. If not, we won't even.
Yeah, let's say there's occasionally here and there. Some have been open all night.
Hot dog salesman kind of thing.
What's that?
Hot dog salesman kind of thing. Driving a cart.
Yeah, and then some places are just opening.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, it's England. They have newspaper stands.
They have newspaper stands. Yeah, people getting ready there. But no, nobody sort of. You don't sort of strike gold with that path.
Okay.
Trying to look through my skills and see if there's anything that we could lean on for that. I mean, I've got streetwise. Can I, like, knowing that he's going south from here and it's kind of a shadier part of town, like, can I see if, like, oh yeah, like he's going
Westminster.
He's
rough.
I know, it's just the worst.
Actually, like, let me see something real quick. Jago.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a streetwise, but I'm gonna make you use resources.
Okay.
So what you want to first do is roll a 1d12 because that's your resources commandment die.
Okay.
And you don't want to roll a 1. That's the important thing.
It's a 3.
Okay. So that's not a huge bonus, but what I want you to do now is I want you to use that skill macro, skill V10. I want you to choose standard. I want you to choose streetwise. I want you to choose custom augment value. Put a 3 there. And get a little bit of a bonus from your resource die.
Boom.
Success. Very nice. Is your streetwise that high? Wow.
It is. It's my highest stat.
Very nice. Okay, so what you know about Soho, and you would know this anyway, Soho is known for sex workers. They have what's called like a Soho walk-up. So they're, because they were sort of cheap apartments, sort of, you know, a couple stories up. A lot of sex workers would, you know, sort of, you know, make their base of operations their home in Soho. And so you would, knowing that you have contacts with like pimps and stuff like that, maybe you know that Jemkins, what was it, Jemkins?
Jemkins, yeah.
Jemkins, he, you know, he sort of has girls in this general neck of the woods.
Okay.
And part of that success is, you know, if you reach out to him, he's available.
Sounds like Jago's making another phone call. I like look at Veronica and I hold a hand out for more change.
I give him the change, but are we pretending that Jago doesn't know where this is?
Well, I mean, you know, we got to keep up appearances. Sure. For our, yeah. So I'll go make a, yeah, I'll act like I'm making change. Like, I'll be like, okay, you got me change, and then I'll go like walk down a back alley and like knock on the door. Like I know exactly where we're going.
Stop at a phone booth, I give you change, and then you just walk off.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go straight to the door. All right.
Awesome.
So yeah, you get to say Jenkins, like he's got maybe like a basement apartment in a building, and he's like, you know, didn't we just chat? What can I help you with?
Jimkins, that was 2 nights ago, and I'll hand him like another Scotch egg that we don't know where that came. Like, brought you breakfast.
Like a magic trick.
Pull out from behind his ear. Yeah. Right. You got, and I'll start describing our guy. Like, any of you girls report any kind of weirdness? I know you talked to him all night. Anybody see anyone? Anybody got a weird fascination? Buy some cheap flowers for your girls. I mean, I know that probably happens lots.
He's like, you know, I haven't checked in with my girls from last night.
It would have been Veronica chimes in, and she's just like looking around a little bit in disgust at this guy's apartment or whatever. It would have been early this morning.
And he said, you know,
who would have been active and up and at him this morning?
Well, you know, I mean, most of my girls, you know, they work overnight, and you know, I haven't made the rounds yet to check in and see what's going on.
Please, Jimkins, 5 a.m.
He's like, no, I swear, usually I don't make the rounds until 8. Let the evening finish, make sure everything's.
I'll like, so he's munching on his Scotch egg. I'll like get in real close and I'll be like, Jimkins, why don't you take a ride with us? We'll take you valet service to check on your girls this morning. It's very important to us.
And is he right here off of whatever street we walked down? Like the street he pointed us to?
maybe not literally, but say he's in the general Soho neighborhood.
All right, so let's take him to the street corner or around where he said dropped him off.
Shaftesbury.
Yeah, why don't we start here?
Okay. And he's like, yeah, you know, he's like, so above the table, is your plan to sort of drive him around like from location to location, or?
Well, no, it'd only be south of where we're at. Like, if he's got a girl in Northeast Soho, I don't really care. Like, I want to go south from here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, let's say he's like, look, you know, I've got girls, you know, and he points out, like, say, 3 addresses in Soho that are in that general direction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll be like, any of them have any kind of weird stories with any of their clients lately? I mean, I know it's Soho, and I know it's, you know, but anybody particularly weird? Anybody particularly square?
You think he'd be weird?
No, he's probably very vanilla.
That's what I'm kind of
Who's
thinking
the most
too.
boring client that they've had in...
Yeah. I say we just check in on him, Juggo.
Yeah, fair. Right. Come on, Jimkins.
Okay. So let's say, you know, you were at Albie's his flat around 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say it's getting on like 7:30 in the morning after you've walked a little bit, got a hold of Jenkins, you know, did the bit with the cab driver.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you go to the first place, the woman opens the door. And
oh, hello, Delilah.
you got her first name basis. And he's like, oh, Jago. Wait a minute. And then, you know, she looks over your shoulder and sees Jemkins. And he's like, what's going on here? You know, he's like, Jemkins, you know, I've got the take from last night, you know, and she starts, you know, collecting it, and, you know, she lights a cigarette, and, you know, you can tell she's been up all night doing her job, and
Putting in the hours.
Yeah, and so she's, you know, lighting a cigarette, and, you know, sort of the place looks like it's, you know, she's straightening it up a little bit after the night's activities, and yeah, and she's, you know, starts handing it over to Jemkins. And what do you guys do?
Is Albie in, dear?
And she's like, no, I don't know who that is.
Right. Once you're done with your business, and I'll like hurry him along. Delilah, I'll see you sometime in the next. I'll see you today sometime. How's that sound, love? And right, Jimkins, on to the next one. He'll like kiss her on the cheek and be like, "See you, love."
Okay. So the implication is a little bit that you're a bit of a regular.
Oh, well, you know, I have to make my streetwise contacts somewhere.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
I got to know Jimkins from something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe one of his best customers.
It's not Snooker.
Nice. All right. So you make your way to the next place, and door opens.
Oh, Twyla. What's up, love? No, I'm just kidding.
It's not Twyla. And a woman opens. She's quite striking, and maybe you've never seen her before, Jago.
She's too rich for my blood.
Right, but like maybe Veronica, as stunning she is, like this girl is in that class.
She be your cousin.
And yeah, her name is so Jemkins is Tiana, how you doing? And again, she's like she's a little bit more together. Her place is not so disheveled. She seems to sort of have her act together, and she's like, I can get the tonight's pot here for you in a second. And she's sort of got like sort of a sheer kind of half robe on, and she walks over and grabs a pile of money, and she starts to bring it over to Jemkins.
Just you in here?
It's like, just me now. Yeah.
Is the
any early morning callers? Callers?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been a busy girl tonight.
Anyone show up around 5:30?
5:30. Yeah, and so out of the corner of your eye, Jago, while Veronica's talking, you see fresh flowers in a vase.
That was going to be my question. So, yeah. I'll, like, start pushing the door open. I'll be like, who brought you those flowers, love?
And she's like, you need to... Sir.
And I'll point to the flowers, and again, like, my vest pops open a little bit. I'm like, no, really, we need to know who gave you those flowers. Like, and she can see the holster.
Yeah, and Jemkins can see the holster.
Mm-hmm.
And he sort of slaps you on the arm. And he's like, why are you doing me like this, Jago? Come on, I'm trying to help. Why don't you take it easy and just ask me what you need? It's sort of escalating a little bit, and Jemkins is a little uncomfortable.
I look at Jemkins. Jemkins, you don't have anything to worry about. I have a filled out loyalty card in your pocket right now. Like, you do not have to worry that I'm going to screw up this business of yours, if anything. But I do need to know where she got those flowers.
And she's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, it was my last client. He left a short while ago. He's sort of a newish regular, I guess. I don't know.
His name, love.
He's like, name's Albie. I don't know his last name.
Which way did he go? How long ago did he leave?
So let's see. What time did I say? It was like 7:30?
It was 7:30 or something.
Yeah,
like
so maybe it was like half an hour. He left, so he had to get to the office. He took a shower, and...
Did he leave anything here?
She's like, not that I mean, besides the flowers, not that I know of, no.
Which way did he head?
Honestly, he just left because again, this is a walk up, so he went into the hall, went down the stairs, and was out the door.
How long did she say? How long ago was it that he left?
Half an hour ago, around 7-ish.
Oh.
But he was going back to the office. Did he say he was going back to the office?
That's what he said. He said he had to get up back to the office. He asked if he could use my shower. I said, yeah.
Right, okay. Jemkins, I'll see you around. Veronica, love, shall we?
And Veronica, walks out the door with, a raised eyebrow because, Tiana's beautiful. And I don't know, I'm not threatened by her, but I have a raised eyebrow as I walk out the door.
Okay.
And as we pass, I'll pat Jemkins on the shoulder and, slip him, £100 or something, so for his trouble. But, all right.
Oh, Veronica slips Tiana a £100 note, which I realize is also a lot of money.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're beautiful, love. Just take care of yourself."
Drama.
And let me see something. What do these skills mean? What are we actually looking at here?
These are computers, Art.
Yeah. I want both of you guys to give me an insight roll, just standard.
And to clarify, I was not trying to be any way condescending to her or anything like that. It came from a place of genuine
judgy. No, kidding.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, and she's happy to take your money. She's not, she's like, hey, if you're gonna give me £100, I'm gonna take £100. And she just sort of closes the door behind you, and Jemkin sort of, he trusts her, and he sort of flips through. He sort of counts it. Maybe he doesn't 100% trust her, so he sort of counts it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, she's great, but she's one of my newer girls, so,
You know what? I'm going to give her £20 because I just looked up what the purchasing power of £100 was in the 1960s. I'm going to give her a 20 note.
Okay. A little less ridiculous.
Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and make change, love.
Yeah, so here's 3 months salary of mine. And
exactly.
Nice. Okay, so you slip her a £20.
It's $2,000 for the listeners at home.
Thanks for the tip. All right.
Oh my gosh, you have changed my life.
Oh man. So yeah, Jemkins, he counts the take for the night, and he's like, yeah, she's great. She's one of my newer girls, so I'm just gonna, not 100% there yet. Yeah, and he sticks it in his pocket. He's like, well, that's all you need. He sort of tips his cap and he heads down the street.
You girls keep, you don't keep tabs on your Johns, do you?
Is this, you're asking Jemkins before he goes?
Yeah.
He's like, they have regulars. I don't know how much they know about them. As long as I get my cut,
Yeah, but you don't have a who's who.
Me? No, I don't necessarily keep that.
Jimkins is a straight shooter, love. He wouldn't do that. I'm the only one he knows.
Well, it would be convenient if he did.
Right. He's too much of a fucking idiot to do it. So, I'll say that, I'll look at him.
Right
He's like,
in front of him.
right here.
I'm looking at him saying, he's too much of a fucking twat. So, remember, fully punched loyalty card. Don't forget that, Jimkins.
Gives me free reign, baby.
1 free scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Also, Jenkins, I'll punch your loyalty card if anything happens to any of these girls.
Ooh. Not quite sure how to take that, but then he realizes it's a bona fide threat.
It's a threat.
Yeah. And he's like...
I realize that punch your loyalty card is not a threat, but I needed something. So
Right.
And she gives a little tap on the cheek.
Okay.
This only works as long as you stay above board, Jimkins.
Nice. All right. So, okay. So, Jemkins, he nods. A little confused, but okay. And he
We just keep going back and circle. You tell him something, pat him on the cheek. I come around, tell him something, pat him on the cheek. You come around, pat him on the cheek.
You cost him around the corner. I got one more thing to say. How dare you?
Why do all of our games turn into The Naked Gun? It's fine.
I think it's an us thing.
It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I loved Leslie Nielsen as a kid. I was obsessed with
so good.
Wrongfully Accused and Mafia and stuff. Oh, minor role in Mafia.
Oh, I forgot about Wrongfully Accused.
Me too. It's so good.
Oh man. Okay, so so is Jemkins officially dismissed?
Oh yeah. He's been put in his place and
cool. Okay.
Shoved off.
Cool. So what do you do? So it's say around 7:30. Tiana told you that Albie was her last client. He ducked out maybe a little before 7. Said he had to go back to the office. So what do you guys do with that info?
It's time to clock in, Jago.
Yeah, but is it faster to take the tube and get downtown than it is, or do we just need to take the car?
You're gonna leave the Aston Martin.
Isn't it?
So,
yeah.
I don't think traffic will be too bad yet, love.
Right. All right. Let's go. You're right. We should return this anyway.
I've got a siren in this thing or something, right?
Yeah. Pulls it, puts it on top.
No.
Nice. Yeah, okay. So what are you guys up to? What are you doing?
Hauling ass. Back to GHQ.
I pull out. I reach into Jago's coat pocket and pull out Albie's cigarettes.
Yes.
And I start to smoke. I say, right, love, here's what we know so far. Our boy Albie's been dipping his saucer in the gravy train. I don't know if that's a fucking thing that people whatever I'm gonna.
He's been parking his lorry in the wrong garage.
There you go, perfect. I think that's probably enough to compromise him, don't you say?
I think so, especially if he's letting the gas loose in all sorts of houses and things.
Let's go pay him a visit.
Right. Hauling ass. Blowing through speed lights.
All in the day's work. Compromise poor Albie. All in time for a good cuppa.
Yep. And how many of his cigarettes have we smoked at this point? Because remember, I took another pack from his house. We've got to have gone through at least one full pack at this point.
Oh yeah, we're in the fresh pack now.
Okay,
so.
Good.
So are we still his cigarettes or the other douchebag? The douchebags.
I think we've stolen everybody's cigarettes.
Okay, nice.
So, and isn't this?
So I guess we head to wherever he offices at.
Okay, so you want to go to GCHQ?
Yeah. Right back to where it all started.
Okay, so you pull up to GCHQ. It's back in downtown London. I don't know where.
Because we met at MI6, right?
Sorry, what was that? I'm sorry.
When we met earlier this morning, it was at MI6.
It was at MI6, which I think is right on the water. I wish I could tell you where, but I think it's officially somewhere right on the water in London.
Okay.
Maybe I've got it here. Yeah, I don't know. So
look at these ridiculous names. I'm sorry. Keep going.
So you pull up to GCHQ, and let's just we'll hand wave parking, et cetera, et cetera. You go into the...
No,
let's role-play parking.
I'm going to need a roll. Somebody give me a driving... No.
Oh, God, my parallel parking skill.
We'll hand wave parking.
And, yeah, we won't... we'll get you into the front door and, like...
It's what the people want.
It's the content we need. Is
How does the parking space smell?
So here's the trick. It's a meter, and you spent all your coins on phones. No, not really. So yeah, you get into GCHQ, and like any government, especially in sort of the intelligence vicinity, security up front.
Yeah, we flash our credentials.
And they're like, yeah, of course, but can we help you?
No, I flash my credentials.
Do you know you're in the wrong building?
One more time.
Yeah, no, yeah. Do you have an appointment with someone here in GCHQ?
Oh shit!
Albie Graham, please tell him it was. Tell him it's Veronica from last night.
What kind of flowers were on the table?
Roses, like something somewhat romantic.
Okay, tell him it's his yellow roses here to see him.
Sorry, what? Tell him
it's his yellow roses here to see him.
Nice. All right. And so the guard gets on the phone, and he dials.
The CB, like the taxis.
Yeah, he's hot four. No, he gets on the phone. He makes a phone call, and he's like, yeah, Mr. Graham, that we have 2 people here to see you. They said they're from last night. They said the yellow roses. Okay. All right. And he hangs up the phone, and says, Mr. Graham's indisposed, unfortunately. He can't come bring you in. He says you don't have any appointment with him.
May I? And she reaches for the phone.
And no, ma'am.
How many other people are in the vicinity?
Let's say the day's just getting started, so people are starting to filter in. Maybe people behind you, he sort of nods them through as you're...
Mm-hmm.
Is it just him at the security desk?
No, let's say there's 2 of them. Somebody else is doing...
What's the other guy doing?
He's also maybe waving people in, answering a phone. Just general front desk security kind of stuff.
I turn the car off.
I see we're not in
maybe we needed to not hand wave parking. Are we in the building already?
I thought we were. I'm sorry. I thought we were.
Okay, let's go back. So let's get a roll for parking.
Still in the car.
Okay.
I imagine we're in like the Die Hard lobby, obviously not modern,
right?
But now we're just in a fucking awesome. We just pull up to the front desk.
So, yeah, Patrick, if you could give me a drive roll, use the skill V10, make it easy.
I thought we were at the guard shack outside the house. I'm sorry, that's my mistake. So we're standing in the lobby. There's people bustling through. Okay.
But there's lots of people bustling through, I'm sure, right?
Right. It's a large, government office building, and the day's starting. So yeah, people are starting to show up for work.
I want to distract these gentlemen.
Okay. How would you like to try?
I drop something on the ground, and I do a 1960s version of the bend and snap.
Okay. Okay, so, yeah, give me a seduction check. Standard, no bonuses.
Okay.
Unless, I'm trying to think. Yeah. If you wanted to use an 11th commandment dice, you could tell me how you could justify any of them. The compromat is something that obviously compromat is material that's compromising to you, but I also meant it sort of as like a catch-all where there's things in your past that, are, maybe when you got too close to somebody in Finland or something,
Yeah.
There's things.
No, I don't know if any of them really apply. I'll just roll it.
Okay. Okay, you succeed, and you definitely sort of catch both security guards looking at you as you're doing this.
And realizing that I failed to communicate to Jago, I stand up and realize he's still standing. Oh.
I was gonna say Jago has. We've definitely done this move before because this isn't our first rodeo. So I'm gonna like Assassin's Creed blend in with the next like group of guys that are like going in the turnstiles or whatever.
Okay, so you're gonna try and sneak through.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and then as I stand up and I have these guys like distracted, I'm not like done. I'm like, gentlemen, you must understand. I work with MI6. I report directly, and then like now I'm playing like instead of the phone deal, I'm just like I pull off my glasses and like I am. Do people know C? Like if I say like, would people know that C is the head of
within this community? Absolutely, they would know he's the head of MI6.
I'm C's secretary, and you must understand that Albie was in the office last night, and I must get these documents to him. He left them there. There must be some miscommunication. Yellow roses is a code word.
Meanwhile, I'm like rolling in with these guys, right?
Yeah. So, do you want it to be, I guess, stealth, evade? Probably stealth.
Yeah, that works for me. And I'm trying to think if there's any way I could use any of my things.
It literally could be like, have you ever? And yeah, I know this kind of sort of. You could be covers. Like once I was a plumber, and I literally.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll use covers, and I have worked. I've done a lot of streetwise work in this like bureaucratic, like just hodgepodge. Like this is another day in the park for Jago. Like this is the kind of shit that he lives for.
Okay, and so what I'll say now is there's two things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll it as long as you don't get a 1. Whatever you roll is your bonus. If you want to guarantee a plus 10 to your roll, you can, but then that D10 is going to drop to a D8.
I'll take the 10.
You're going to take the 10. Okay,
cool.
All right. So, yeah, on your character sheet in the journal section, change that D10 to a D8.
Done.
And then once you do that, again, use that skill V10 macro, roll streetwise or whatever the skill is. I think it was stealth.
Stealth.
And then when it's the augment number, put a 10 in that. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's see what you have to do. You have to do... You might have to click augment skill and then enter.
No. You just do the 10.
You just do the 10 in the custom. Okay.
Don't check it. Yeah.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Oh, jeez.
Didn't even need it, but
it's okay. This was worth it.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, but did it augment?
That's what I was gonna say. Did it augment? Let me just see what happens if you.
Because it looked like that would turn on for athletics.
Yeah. What happens
something.
if you augment skill but with a 10? Let's see what that does. So I think if you put the number in, it overrides.
Oh, it overrides like athletics being there?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, there you go. We are... do this so you're a little bit bigger. So yeah, so you sort of blend in, fade away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what do you... So, Veronica, your distraction is working. They're not biting on the... Yeah, paperwork. They're like, if you need to leave something, you can leave with us. It's clear that they are like competent front door security. They're not just like, oh my god, yeah, go right in. But they did not notice Jago, who's 6'4", brass knuckles.
Yeah.
No,
is there a a passover, like a bridge or something, like the next level up? Like is there, or like a ring or something? Yeah.
Like over the streets?
Not over the streets, just like it's an open lobby, right? Like
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Like is the second level, like is there a pedestrian bridge or something across it, or like just open, like there's offices or whatever?
And drop me a rope.
I was just gonna like lean over and like catch your eye and like nod towards the nearest like fire exit or something.
Okay,
like,
yeah. Let's say you can look over a rail and
you smell douchebag cigarettes, and I'm like smoking a cigarette, and that's like the signal. And I like nod, and I nod over to like I said, the nearest fire exit or something.
Someone's window.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, if I leave this paperwork with you, it would be my ass. And she gives a like as she says my ass, she like pops her hip out just a little bit. I'll have to sort this out at MI6.
And they're very much like, sorry, we couldn't be more helpful, ma'am. But
I'm sorry too, loves.
Yeah. Okay, so Patrick's gotten to sort of the second floor. Veronica, you're sort of turning to leave, having not been able to. But what do you then do?
Well, I head outside, and I go find the fire exit or window or whatever he pointed me to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
If one exists, maybe one doesn't exist. I don't know.
Yeah, let's say it's an older building. Maybe it has like a window that you pull up. I mean, there must be fire escapes along some of them, and let's say. Although I feel like can you climb up the fire escape into the headquarters of the spy? But
well, that's what I say. If it doesn't exist, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's okay.
Let's say you find a window, Patrick. Maybe you find like a men's room or something, and you sort of open the window, and you're looking down. And you see Veronica down below.
And I'm on the second floor.
Second floor, so you could be 15.
How big a gap between the building across, like next to it?
Let's say there's like an alley you could fit, like delivery trucks and things like that down.
Mm-hmm. Is there like a janitor's closet in the bathroom? Anything useful in the janitor's closet?
Yeah.
Is there a way up to this window before we even?
Yeah. Let's say like, if you wanted to give it a shot, let's say there's like a mop or something. And if you found something to stand on down below, and we'll just hand wave it and say sure.
Mm-hmm.
You could sort of reach down and it'd be a tough pull, but you could sort of climb up.
What? Sure. You want to do the check maneuver?
No, just get me up there.
And I'll there's the mop. Like, there's a mop handle down there by you. He's like, right, I know you've never seen...
Turn it around. I'm not touching this end.
You've never... I'm just surprised you've even seen one of these before, love. This is what normal people do to clean their house.
Jago.
I'm just saying, we ain't all posh.
As soon as I get in there, I'll show you where this goes.
We're not all posh Oxford kids, And I'll put it down, and I assume you find a trash can or something and start pulling you up.
She finds a trash can, or she does like a really cool spy thing where she runs up at the wall and jumps and catches it.
Gotcha.
I'm just realizing, in my head, I'm picturing Jago one way, but all of your physicality skills
are terrible.
Brawn, athletics. Yeah, I picture you sort of like this gruff bruiser, but
no, I'm a scrawny
But you're scrawny. You're lithe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you reach down and Matt, why don't you have Veronica do an athletics check?
Nice.
Good.
Ugh.
Okay, so what'd you roll? An 85. What's your athletics? 52. If you want, I think you can spend a luck point to re-roll. I know you can flip the numbers. Let me just double check.
Sure, no problem.
Is there anything you want to try? You can also retry it, but any retries, like in other D100 systems, there's a little bit of a penalty. So the standard becomes a hard to sort of. But you are welcome to try it again. But let me just double check. Where are luck points in this rulebook? Oh, there's no index. God damn it.
Nice.
Darling, you're supposed to grab the mop handle.
So Jago mansplains how you did it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
How does Veronica feel about that?
Let's. I mean, I would use a luck point to re-roll it if I could.
Okay, so luck point, the main uses are cheat fate, which is flipping the numbers, desperate effort, which is a combat thing, and mitigate damage, which is a combat thing. So the only thing with skills, so you can try it again at a difficulty of whatever is above standard or hard and see what happens and go from there.
Jago, love, I don't think this is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you go find Albie. Bring him out here. I'll bring the car out of the lobby, and I'll be waiting.
I'll toss the keys, and I'll be back.
I'll make a phone call to see. I want him to know.
I'll throw the coins
out. Look, we've got this bugger. We just need to find and talk to him.
Okay. And I'll thumbs up, and I'll take like 2 cigarettes out, and I'll toss you the box of cigarettes, the cigarette box too. Like, hold on to those, love. I think you'll need them more than I will right now.
Ta.
Ta.
Very nice. And let's fade to black there. You're gonna go
Split
track
in the
down
party.
Albie. You're gonna get the car, and you've infiltrated.
I'm gonna make a phone call. I'm gonna check in with C.
Oh, there you go. You're gonna make a phone call. You've infiltrated GCHQ.
That's how I'm gonna start. We've infiltrated GCHQ. That was not the mission.
It was not the mission. No. You've met Tiana, who knows Albie a little bit.
We have brought down the electrical grid for GCHQ. They will be inoperational for the next 13 hours.
And let's call it there.
Nice.
Again, is a check I did at the end of last session, because this is all made up in homebrew. Is this viable? Is this working for you still? Does this feel like a Cold War spy game?
Yeah, no, I love it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, like, I'm really interested to, like, I'm loving this, like, rat chase for Albie, but I'm also, like, really excited for, like, some real stakes to be involved.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it so far.
Okay, cool. All right. And I think, again, the one thing I might start doing is I might start, forcing commandment dice rolls when it feels like...
That'd be kind of cool.
What's that?
Again, I think if someone wants to it's one thing, like I said, it's one thing to call a stranger and try to seduce them or manipulate or influence them.
Right.
It's another thing to, like, try to connect to something more reliable. And there, I think you do just say, hey, that sounds like you're pulling on one of your resources. You need to make that a resource roll.
Right, yeah, because it's got a specificity to it that seems like that would make sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much,
Nice
guys.
job, Art.
Yeah, I'm very excited that this is happening. It may all fall apart in session 3, but I've been having a lot of fun. So
it's definitely going to fall apart because I'm by myself now, and it's just we're going to go down the shit. I'm going to get arrested probably. It's going to be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah, that's why she's making a call to C specifically to get bail money.
Yeah. So we have we're able to turn him, and like I go through. Oh, and by the way, Jago's inside GCHQ right now.
Jago drove an Aston Martin into the lobby.
Yeah, they are tiny, so I can see it fitting.
Yeah. That's if you did a driving roll, you got it through the revolving door nicely.
Sir, ma'am, we need to ask you to remove your Aston Martin before we try to contact.
And you're like, keep an eye on it.
You cannot park that
keys,
here.
like their valet.
Stuck in the.
I just keep putting coins in the parking meter. I'm like, I'm sorry. We're good. We're good, right?
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
love it.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for checking this out. This is again Black Lodge Trivia Night. As you can see, we are at best a tabletop RPG actual play. At worst, just a bunch of goddamn fun nonsense. Thank you for checking this out. What's that?
Where would you rank the tiers of the fun bullshit?
Fun.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we'll get to tier rankings at another time. It's a new feature of our monthly podcasts.
Patreon content.
Exactly. But yeah, so if you prefer audio versions of the actual plays or the podcast, just search for Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get those, and you should be able to find us. If you're already watching this, you found the YouTube channel. If you want to like and subscribe, we always appreciate that. If you want to give us ratings on the audio apps, that's cool too. The best place to jump in, though, is in our Discord. The link to that is in our show notes. And we will be back soon, I think. Oh, maybe not. It's still summer, and as we declared at the beginning, summer's been rough. But we'll be back with more stuff soon. We'll see, but we should be getting back hopefully to the rotation relatively soon. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks again, Matt, Patrick. I really appreciate this. And take care, everybody. We'll talk soon.
Deuces.
Later.
The music during the RPG session in Foundry was provided by the Foundry module Tabletop RPG Music and composed by Ian Fisher. You can find his Patreon at www.patreon.com/tabletop RPG music, all one word.